companies interested in the site. WRAL climate change reporter Liz McLaughlin explains why.
Not every North Carolina community is the right fit for a data center. Richmond County leaders believe theirs is. Amazon is building one of the state's largest data center campuses here, 20 buildings across 800 acres. As 31 North Carolina communities have moved to restrict data centers, I wanted to know what made Richmond County say yes. The debate over data centers often revolves around water, electricity, and noise. Richmond County leaders say they weighed those concerns while comparing 47 companies interested in developing a county-owned industrial site before choosing Amazon.
And a lot of times it can be much cleaner and better for the environment than some other heavy manufacturing that could come into your area.
Richmond County economic developer Marty Butler says after the textile industry moved out, the county was uniquely suited for new industrial growth.
Our community did what they knew to do, invest in infrastructure.
Butler says Amazon's projections on impact were reviewed by independent engineers and that the campus won't even rank among the county's 5 largest water users.
We have plenty of capacity to supply AWS at peak build out in the hottest days of the summer. So water was never an issue for the community.
The campus is expected to require about 1,600 megawatts of electricity, roughly enough to power more than 1 million homes.
We are very focused on meeting our carbon-free goals as a company. In the last 6 years, we have been the largest corporate buyer of renewable energy in the world.
But the growing demand is shaping energy policy, as North Carolina state lawmakers have cited data center growth as one reason for rolling back a carbon reduction deadline and allowing some coal plants to operate longer. Amazon says construction is on schedule. The first building is expected to open in 2027, with the rest of the campus coming online in phases through 2029.
Thank you, Liz. Amazon says it's also trying to give water back. The company is partnering on a longleaf pine restoration project in the PD River Basin that says it will return about 422 million gallons of water to local aquifers.
A proposed Amazon data center campus threatens to worsen water issues in a small North Carolina community. The company announced plans to build the campus on nearly 800 acres of land in Richmond County, 80 miles east of Charlotte. More than $10 billion will be invested in the project, and the company claims it will create more than 500 jobs over the next 5 years. The centers will consume large amounts of local water to operate, and members of the community are pushing back. William Ingram is a local farmer and co-founder of the Richmond County Coalition for Justice and Black Empowerment. He explains the community already has water problems, with some wells running dry and quality issues leading many in the community to buy bottled water rather than use tap water.
Now, with the coming data center here in Richmond County, we have an even bigger issue. And the issue is that it's the amount of water that it will consume a day with our already pressing water issue here.
The Amazon campus will be located near a Duke Energy-operated natural gas plant. The Richmond County's Board of Commissioners approved economic incentives for the community as part of the deal for the data center's construction. Ingram says Richmond County already knows the cost of industries moving into the area. In 1991, a fire broke out at a chicken processing plant in the town of Hamlet and killed 25 people. The deaths were due in part to the plant's poor safety measures, and the plant's owner was found guilty of 25 counts of involuntary manslaughter because of the incident. Ingram says that woke the community up. His organization has partnered with groups like the North Carolina Environmental Justice Network, Clean Water for North Carolina, and Black Workers for Justice to monitor the Amazon project. He adds community members are creating their own assessment.
A lot of our local communities or townships here, the residents in it, they're volunteering for that testing. So that's a great avenue that we're going. But these are things that we have to be consistent at in order to make sure that we have the quality health that we need here in Richmond County.
Ingram says that many people in the region are Black and Indigenous.
If anybody's going to fight for your land and air and water, it's got to be us. It's got to be the residents, the people that live here, the people who came and descended from its original farmers, the only people who've ever lived here.
For North Carolina News Service, I'm Eric Tegedoff. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Mr. Sean Ingram from Rockingham in Richmond County. He's a farmer and co-founder of Richmond County Coalition for Justice and Black Empowerment.
Thank you for that. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'll be quick, brief, impactful. I stand here today as a son of this soil. I stand here as a descendant of indigenous Black people who have lived on this land, worshiped on this land, buried our loved ones in this land, and fed our families from the land for generations. We are farmers. We are land people, Black people who have lived on this land, worked this land, worshiped on this land, and buried our loved ones on this land. We come from people who knew how to survive from the ground beneath their feet. Long before corporations came here with promises, our ancestors were here with plows, mules, gardens, tobacco fields, churches, schools, cemeteries, and communities. Our family history and community records show that our people were here before 1769. Our ancestors helped establish the Dock Reed Meeting House, which is what is now called Rockingham, North Carolina. This means our roots in Richmond County go back before the founding of the United States itself. So when we speak today, we're not asking for permission to belong here. We are already belong here. But for generations, Black and indigenous people have been pulled off land through fraud, tax pressure, heirs property, manipulation, partition sales, intimidation, lack of legal protection, and other coercive tax. Land that our ancestors fought to keep was taken by piece, acre by acre, and generation by generation. And how, after all that land lost, after all the environmental racism, after all the pollution, the poisoned water, the old pipes, the dry wells, industrial dumping, and broken promises, Richmond County is being told that we need an Amazon data center. Let me be clear, we do not need a data center in Richmond County. We did not ask for one. Our communities did not ask for one. Our water to be placed at greater risk did not ask for hundreds of acres of land to be transformed for corporate profit. We did not ask for money, diesel generators, more energy demands, more pressure on our infrastructure, and more decisions made behind closed doors. My brother, William Ingram, said it plain in his interview, if nobody's going to fight for our land and air and our water, it has to be us.
That's right.
And that is why we are here. Because this is not just about one project, this is about our survival, this is about whether the original inhabitants of this land will continue to be ignored while outsiders decide what happens to our future. This is about whether our children inherit clean water or corporate waste. This is about whether our elders will be respected or sacrificed. This is about whether our history will be honored or erased. We are not against jobs, we are not against opportunity, but we reject the idea that economic development must come at the expense of Black, indigenous, working class, and farming communities. Most of all, we deserve the right to say no. No to environmental racism, no to corporate land grabs, no to development without consent, and no to sacrificing our water, our farms, our cemeteries, our communities, and our future. We have been demanding justice for generations. We are still demanding justice today. Thank you.
All right.
I've lost my grandmother, my grandfather, and my mom due to this.
So this water problem is much bigger than Flint, and I said yes.
You know, every time they drank seawater, they would vomit. So I knew something was going on before it became a public.
73 years here. So I have been able to see what's transformed over my life. time. All of these things have created almost the perfect storm of economic development as far as what I see Amazon needed in order to locate here. I personally think that it's a game changer.
Amazon Web Services will invest at least $10 billion in its next AI Innovation Campus right here in Richmond County. It will create at least 500 good-paying jobs.
After the announcement has been a lot of positivity from not only our citizens, but leadership and even our neighboring communities. With textiles leaving, we've always had the goal to diversify our economy. So bringing Amazon Web Services to Richmond County was the perfect addition as far as diversifying our manufacturing base. What we expect for the future of Richmond County with the recent Amazon Web Services announcement, this will more than triple our tax base moving forward.
I think Amazon Web Services is a dream company to have come here. So it wants to have a positive impact wherever it happens to be. It's been difficult for young folks coming up to figure out, well, what can I do here? But I think this is going to allow us to retain so many more, because an industry like this brings hope and it brings opportunity. There will be good jobs here in Richmond County for those who are interested in working with Amazon.
It was twofold for me. You know, it was bringing in a transformational economic development project, plus the quality of life and the impact that that alone could have on our future. And I think that's what the residents of Richmond County really maybe don't understand yet. Maybe 5 to 10 years down the road, Richmond County is going to be a different place.
We have about 400 kids per class, per grade level. 20 to 30 may go to a 2-year school. That leaves a big population of students that aren't really sure what they want to do when they graduate from high school. So Amazon has provided many opportunities for training for our students in the near future. We have an Amazon fiber optics micro course that will be available for our students. This opportunity is going to provide a lot of career opportunities for students that may not have it figured out yet, but it will help build the future of Richmond County.
I know, speaking to some of the employees for Amazon, one of the things they said is, you have seen nothing like this. I think Amazon is going to allow children to now have some stability, especially with the revenue that's coming in.
It's all positive thoughts. I mean, it's creating a whole new set of jobs for people. And like high schoolers coming out, they got somewhere to work and things to do. So students can take, whether it be electrician classes, HVAC, whatever. Whenever the data center is being created, they're going to need those positions. So students already get to leave high school, have a job. They don't got to go out to big cities like Charlotte or Raleigh to get a job. So they have a source of income, and I think that's wonderful.
As a native of Richmond County, I was very excited when I heard about the Amazon Web Services project coming to town. Everywhere you go, if it's to a place to eat, Amazon is always the topic of conversation. We've seen a lot of ups and downs in this community, just like everybody has. You can already see it, even though we're at the beginning stages, you can already see what's happening here and the revitalization of this community. So just looking forward to the next few years and the growth that we can anticipate here in Richmond County.
We have about 400 kids per class, per grade level throughout Richmond County at the high school level. So about 25 to 30% of those students go on to a 4-year school, and another 20 to 30 may go to a 2-year school. That leaves a big population of students that aren't really sure what they want to do when they graduate from high school. So this opportunity is going to provide a lot of career opportunities for students that may not have it figured out yet, but it will help build the future of Richmond County. Amazon has provided many opportunities for training for our students in the near future. We have an Amazon fiber optics micro course that will be available for our students. We've had about 20 to sign up for that, and they are looking forward to attending that opportunity, and they can kind of get an idea of what their career will be like in that field.
I'm excited about the fact that Amazon has I'm really excited about the partnership with Amazon. I'm excited about the fact that Amazon has come in already and embraced us and reached out to us to involve us in things. Amazon Web Services did a great job in supporting our technology jamboree back in the summer, which had great attendance and a lot of very helpful information for a number of people. I'm excited about the fact that there are grants already taking place that students are going to benefit from. And I think the thing that I'm most excited about is everything that Amazon Web Services has done so far. They've wanted our children involved. And so for me, one of the most important things is reaching out and doing what we can do for children. And I feel like that will happen, and it's already happening. And so it's a very exciting thing. I think it's important for any small community to want to keep their children in the community. The opportunity to stay here and work here and start families here and contribute to this community and growing this community, to me, is one of the most important things that I feel like is a hope for the future with Amazon coming into the county.
First Health Moore Regional Hospital Richmond is a small rural community hospital with 99 beds. We offer a full array of services. We are hoping with Amazon coming to our rural community to bring in much needed jobs, but also that brings in an additional workforce as well for the hospital. It helps recruit and retain qualified healthcare professionals. So there's a lot of positivity with Amazon coming in. Also with it being a data center, that can help us expand into our community with telehealth services, with also other data tools that can help us reach out to other regions with some of the things we can't offer today in a rural setting. We're excited about Amazon coming to Richmond County and this area. I grew up in the region, so I am very excited about this opportunity. The jobs that it could bring, working with the community college and some of the degrees that will come out of the community college, having a vibrant community that has everyone involved. So there's just a lot of positivity that I think is going to bring to our region.
Somebody said, WRL TV, come and talk to the real community of Richmond County, and we will tell you the full story of how the county operates, how this land deal went down. Is very interesting. Maybe get one of your investigators in the news to look into many wrongdoings. Water? ? While in Richmond County, stop and get a tall glass of mud tea. Take a gallon home and share with your family. But by all means, listen to what the board says. They are full of, looks like a SHIT emoji.
Yeah,
how does
Faye Bridges, she says, how does a county-owned property, where does a county get money, taxes, gifted? If taxes are gifts, isn't that for the benefit of the people?
In WRL, do you really believe this information? From Marty Butler. Please come back to Richmond County and talk to the citizens, the community, the taxpayers, and the people that approved this data center without appropriately informing the community, the county manager, and the county commissioners. Just because the county owned the property shouldn't mean that they can build something there that is going to put a strain on the natural resources and pollute the air and the water, damage the infrastructure, etc. This is just another scheme by Brian Land to pad his pockets. Someone else says, that's the reason I shared this here. WRL needs to hear our side of it too. We didn't ask for or embrace this. Today is July the 21st, 12:22 currently. And this was a couple of hours ago, maybe about 6 or 7 hours ago.
Yeah, that was about 6-7 hours ago, so folks in the community, I mean, we can only do what it is that we can do. And that's just be aware of what's happening around us. And to know that the residents of Richmond County did not ask for this. I mean, we may not all be together, but we are together on one thing, and that's that we did not ask for the data center to be here, and we didn't ask for our water to be contaminated either. And those are things that really, really are important. And so here's a second comment from that same post, Sean.
Yeah, let's look at that. Where are we? O says, you are right. To the comment before, the county manager and his 7 cohorts just do whatever they want to fill their bank accounts. They don't care about Richmond County. I mean, you know, the textile industry in Richmond County has been here, historically. When you look at, the eve of the Civil War, the things that happened in other groups of so many industries. I mean, major industries. I mean, Amazon is just, where we are in 2026. But I mean, we can go back historically in Richmond County from Aleo to Sara Lee, some of those still operating today, Cascades and Purdue. I mean, just look at what's happened. Look at the Richmond County now. Look at the county. Look beside every neighbor. So I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but what I'm saying is that the false hope that these groups of people who are apparently leaders in their faces, how they feel so brave to show them and say, oh, look what I'm doing. Yeah, look what you're doing for yourself. But the community doesn't exist for them. It exists for their benefit.
Well, I mean, when things aren't affecting you and it's not affecting you directly, and you don't have to answer to the community or even listen to the people that actually live there, it's very telling. And to make these decisions and then to go around and boast about them, I mean, these are things that we could have just taken an educated guess on, or even a common sense guess on when it comes to the water, if we already looked at the water situation. So we're going to watch, there's one more video I want to play real quick.
The environmental impacts of these data centers.
So it's water consumption. So some data centers can use up to 30 million gallons of water. So they're utilizing all the water from the aquifers to municipal water. So people with their own wells are reporting that their wells are running dry. They're having to dig deeper because of these mass amounts of water that these data centers require to stay cool. They have to be cool. And so we're losing our water resources. And it's interesting. Oh, I almost brought this.
We're losing. Where are they putting these? I mean,
so they're.
I mean, I saw the map. I was like, oh, I wonder where I'm going to move to in 10 years because.
Yeah, there's very, very few.
And it doesn't look like there's nowhere to move to.
Well, so.
The whole country's covered.
Correct. And the whole country's almost in a drought restriction.
Well, I mean.
And so you're going to consume more of our water resources to keep these data centers cool when there's other options. Other countries are looking at other options than just building them in our backyards. And they're literally in people's backyards. They're massive. These things are the size of 20 super Walmarts or more. And you're having to destroy all the trees. They need to be near water. They're looking to be on top of aquifers. They need cooler climates, but you're putting them in hot climates. You're putting them in drought restricted states, which is most of the country at this point, expecting a good outcome. And we're just not going to have it. That's our water sources, and AI has to have water to keep it cool.
I mean, I don't understand how that, I mean, are they putting them in Florida? In Florida, I mean, I don't know about out west, but Florida, I mean, you can't run your sprinkler. You can't even water your grass.
Yeah.
They're literally worried. So many people are moving to Florida. They don't even know how the hell they're going to flush the toilets soon.
Mm-hmm. We're talking millions and millions and millions and trillions of gallons of water.
What size of city uses $30 billion of or 30 million gallons of water.
That's because these data centers are so massive. It's like
I'm asking, what would the equivalent be? I think I read in the notes it was 50,000 a population, a city with a population of 50,000 people uses that much.
I saw that, yeah. I mean, you're talking that these data centers are going to use more water than the world would consume. It's ridiculous.
Now, can you reuse the water?
So you can. So they're wanting to go to more closed cooling systems. And in those closed cooling systems, you still are going to be using chemicals. And here's the thing that I think there's a window here where everybody can rush in before any regulations start. And we're starting to see, now at a federal level, they're looking at regulations. They want to pass regulations. But right now it's a free-for-all out there. And so these chemicals, there's no regulations about every 2 years when you have to clean out a cooling closed system, where you're going to throw all of those chemicals. This is where, for systems that are already up and running, I'm getting whistleblowers on the inside saying that they're taking all that waste and they're just running it down into the sewers. There's no oversight, and they're now starting to get tests where this is very contaminated water. So it's going to be a little real shit show here soon.
Like the city water is contaminated?
So, and a lot of city water is contaminated, and they're using the city water to cool it. Again, it's just going to regurgitate all that PFAS or what other contaminants are in that water back into the environment. It reminds me of, like, my dad's a mechanical engineer, so he built and ran pipelines for Texaco. All through parts of Texas, Oklahoma, up into Kansas. And he used to always tell me, remember this, Aaron, the solution to pollution is not dilution. And I often wonder if that's what they think, taking polluted water and running it through a system and diluting it or dumping it into a river and it flows downstream that will have a natural dilution would resolve the issue. And it's not. And so even if with the closed cooling system, that water that's recycling in there, eventually they have to clean those systems. They have to release that water. And are there any regulations to look at what chemicals are or aren't in that water before we release it into the environment and down into the drains and just create another pollution issue? We're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I've watched this since I began my work in Hinckley, California. I was 31 years old, and I am 66 and a grandmother of 5 today. And we are doing the exact same thing over and over again, just expecting a different result.
This lady right. Hey y'all, this is George Cook at African American Request, and this lady right here is Belinda Joyner. She's a resident of Kingsborough, a predominantly black town in North Carolina. And for decades, she's been fighting for environmental justice, first against hog farmers and now against AI data centers. Please check out our story. It's an important one.
Just to sit out on your porch and just enjoy your environment. You can't move because if something was to come right here across the street, where am I going? I've been here all my life. So why should I have to get up and move because something comes in my community that's going to disturb my livelihood? It's like they're living off us, they're profiting off us, and we're the ones that are suffering. The pig farms have been here forever. Everywhere you go, there's a hog farm somewhere. And I take Duplin County, for instance. They have more hogs than they have people. You see all those hogs in there together. When the feces, they walking in it, they stepping in it, When you're talking about the odor from the lagoons, can you imagine trying to have a cookout? And the odor, the wind is blowing like today, and it's coming your way. Some people like to hang their clothes on the line. Why would you hang your clothes on the line when you take them in? You'll have to wash them all over again. Well, environmental justice is supposed to be fair to everybody, no matter what race, creed, color, whatever your situation may be. That's what environmental justice is supposed to be. But then we have a lot of environmental injustice. Where we're in right now, we live in a community where it's predominantly black. I tell them if you can head off something before it starts, you have a possibility of stopping it. But if you don't, once it ever gets started, it's hard to stop it. And 9 times out of 10, you won't stop it. As John Lewis said, making good trouble, that helps a whole lot. Because When you stand for what you believe, somebody's going to hear you.
So pay attention, people. Be on the lookout for these AI data centers coming in your community. They're putting.
My message to North Carolinians about data centers coming to North Carolina, that it's infectious and it's going to ruin the communities because of all of its pollutants in the water. We can't live without clean water. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. Make sure that you organize in your community. Inform yourself on data centers in North Carolina. Tell your neighbor, tell your friends, tell your children about data centers. It really is that important.
Ongoing